My family looked very charming from the outside. We had a nice home. We were required to have good grades and a good reputation. Of course, it was all a mirage, but the bad was always swept under the rug. Being a single mother did not seem to tame my mother's wild side. She met Steve somewhere along the way and became completely under his control for the next 26 years. There were code words and pre-planned places to go when things got out of control at home. Sometimes I was successful at getting out of the house and calling for help. Other times I was not, and for that, there was always hell to pay. Some people get caught in generational cycles of abuse. Others rise up as survivors.
Really proud of this here. Our wall, it starts down at that end, but this is our wall of all the residents out here. When they came here, their families, and we have some new residents out here. We're gonna start down this road here, this all here. I'm really proud of this wall here.
When you're living at Hope, you're living in a fishbowl. Everybody knows everything about everyone. Sometimes it's a little overwhelming. People think they have all the information before you do. And sometimes it's really helpful because, they might have caught our kids before we did doing something they shouldn't have been. When we came here 6 years ago, our goal and the goal of them bringing us to Hope was that we would adopt 3 to 4 of the hardest to place children, Larry being the first of those. We have 3 biological children, Kaylee, Alyssa, and Caleb, and we have 4 adopted children, Dariana, Mario, Larry, and Wyatt. I'm a foster kid myself, and I aged out of the system at 18. I came into care at 15, and there was not a foster home available to me. I lived in 2 different group homes. Pretty typical of Caleb. He can't get to his room. His room's a little bit of a biohazard sometimes. Hey, Mr. Wyatt. Wyatt. You gotta get ready for school, hon. I'm taking covers. Hi. You're up. Say good morning. Hello, hello. You ready? All right, let's find you something to wear today, okay? Mario, yes, you are going with me. No, you are not. Just to walk kids over to school. Okay. You don't have to wear the flannel.
Oh, I don't?
Just wear the tank top that you just had. Yes, okay. We're rolling. On to the next. We called Hope Meadows. We interviewed with them over the course of like 6 months. We kept coming back and meeting everyone in the neighborhood and checking things out. And it's a little one.
A little tiny one?
Yeah, it can't get any smaller than that.
Yeah.
This could be like a really cool thing, you know? We could actually not just foster one child, but we could really have this kind of family. And within 6 months, we did start having that kind of family. It won't go? No. It starts to get yucky in your mouth if you do that. Here, go ahead and drink this. You spit it. Is it in there? No. Oh, yucky. Okay. Take those up. Brush teeth and put shoes on. Your shoes are on your bed. Here you go. Mr. Wyatt. Come on. Thank you. Awesome.
Okay. She said no. But wait, stop.
Give me a second. I'll step in there.
Yeah, I got it.
There's a stigma that, you know, foster kids are damaged, that they can't love and be loved, and they're out of control, and that's somewhat true. But I feel like we have the skills to hopefully reach those kids.
We work great as a team, so I think the thing that appealed to me most was just the fact that we would have a whole community helping each other. I always thought if you just love them, they'll be better. And we found out that that's not quite always right, but yeah.
All right. Oh wait, the turtle. Oh wait, yeah. Yeah, there's a turtle. I can catch whoever you want. Yeah. Okay. Hit whoever you want. Pass to whoever you want. Okay. My name was E. Right? Oh, so now.
When I think about the Grainger family, I am just in awe how the children, their biological children, have been so accepting of the adopted children, and that they had a lot of family discussions about that before they made that decision to come here.
Now it's H. What's H? You got a word or a name? Very good.
I was really looking for a multi-generational community where people lived in separate houses but were clustered together. The most important thing, that they have a purpose, that it was a purposeful, intentional community. And if it involved children, that was the ideal. Would you like to go romping with everybody? You want to go get the kids? For the lowered rent that I get, I'm required to do 6 hours of volunteer work a week, which is nothing. I've already met my quota for the year. That's how much I love doing the volunteer work around here. But in many communities, particularly co-housing, you're assigned things. You must have meals with people. You must cook for the community. There's very little demand here. You pretty much pick and choose what you want to do.
Yeah, hey, did I ever say anything about hitting people? Okay, now are you sure? Okay, well, I'll just hold you just in case it hurts, all right?
I help them a lot with some coaching about how you should expect to be treated. And I have just loved being part of their lives.
Stop. Let's do it a peaceful way. Stop. Listen, did you steal it? So it's fair to give it back, right?
No,
Wait.
he stole it from the doctor.
Nope, this is mine from McDonald's.
No, we didn't got it from McDonald's.
He says, and Jeriana says, so we needed to give it back because it's like your toys in your room. If it's yours, you get to have it. If it's down here, then it's for everybody, okay? But Caleb, you don't snatch it. You come and talk to me. So it's fair. It's fair to get, and you could go look in the drawer and see if there's another watch like that. Everything is very, very structured in our home, very supervised, and if left to themselves, they would be out of control. And so they need us to be strong parents that set strong boundaries for them. If you get candy, it's too close to bedtime to eat it, and so it's still yours. And you can have it, you just gotta save it for tomorrow. Some of our kids emotionally, they're in a 10-year-old body, and emotionally they're 2 years old. And so we're still doing 2-year-old structure. The kids can earn 3 tickets a day. And on Sundays, they are able to spend their tickets in our mom and dad's store. 4, got it, okay, good job. There's a lot of nurturing going on to balance the structure. It can't just be all structure.
But I want to eat
Of course you
half
do.
of one.
All right.
Tomorrow.
All right, Larry, you go ahead.
You
Wait,
said
you get one thing.
Sword?
This.
Okay. You want the green one or the black one?
That's tomorrow's breakfast, so it's not frozen. I get up at 5 o'clock, the alarm goes off, and I get up, make my coffee and bagel, come upstairs and read. When I worked, I read less, maybe 5 minutes, but I got books read. Tuna! Tuna! You want it? Getting up early and reading has been part of my routine. Some form of it for decades. Whatever I find at the library. I do my journal most every day. They're breaks. Things that seem so bad. 10 years later, you forgot what they were about. 7:15 to 3:15 at Wheeler's. Their son is quiet and bored. I must enter his world slowly. One of the surprises when I came here, I guess, was that I could connect with 10 to 15-year-olds. I wasn't sure about 10 to 15-year-olds, and actually have become quite close, or at least well accepted by most of them, and that's been a real pleasant surprise for me. Okay, let's start from the beginning since neither one of us remember.
If you like to.
The Southwest Airline magazine had an article about this intergenerational community called Hope.
What's this word again?
This community has been centered around children who were being adopted from the foster care system, and that meant either they had been removed from abusive homes or they had been from foster home to foster homes. And so these are kids from difficult backgrounds.
Will you please go?
What's that last word?
Control is like somebody lean on. Where? Lean on. When we adopted, I felt nervous having other people around. Like, it doesn't bother me. Doesn't bother me as a different color. Because it's better sticking together as a family than just being alone. They do not.
We're gonna use the same tablet for the song, okay? Remember what we need?
No. Let's go. Can we make chocolate chips?
Okay.
I am.
How about getting over the table, Mario?
I'm killing the milk. I'm cracking an egg.
You're killing it. Good job. Goes in there. Ugh. Should get some bubbles now. Did you get some bubbles?
No.
No?
Yes. Wait, yeah. Along the sides. Yeah, I got a lot of bubbles.
That's what should have happened. Well, it was the only place that I knew of where seniors would have a purpose, more a full-time purpose, not just I do volunteer work on Friday or something like that. I thought, you know what? That's exactly what I should do when I retire.
Mario, stop. You're getting flour all over me. Sorry.
So it's not a food fight.
It's probably the most difficult thing I found about being older. I definitely feel like I'm just a forgotten person in a lot of groups. So you got to hit it, sift, hit it. My husband left. Hit it. He went with another woman, so that was just totally terrible year, but I survived and I'm probably better off. I can relate to children much better, and I think children are more open. I can more easily read them. And I feel like hopefully, if nothing else, I give them a good time and happy memories, which is what a grandma really does. And that's sort of our role, although I don't like to use that name. But and maybe some of my values get passed on, but maybe not.
This is done. It's time to eat.
I did.
Be mad at you.
Caleb, remember we practiced cutting with your knife or your fork, but only take one piece to your mouth, please.
Yep. All right.
Community is so mixed. We have professors, we have pastors, we have former nuns, we have many people who have grown up around this area actually who've been farmers. There's a real blending, and I think that's what I really like about being here is there is such a diversity of people.
Okay. Well, I'm excited that you guys are excited about doing aluminum recycling. We ended up with 49 pounds of aluminum.
And so I think this idea of staying stimulated and feeling that you have a purpose and to have other people around you that care about you and are interested in who you are and what you want to contribute is really important.
I went to 8 other foster homes when I was about 5.5. Finally, I got here, and then I got adopted, so then we got a few more other kids. We always got something going on, so it's fun.
We had 2 different prospects that we thought were going to come to us, and then those things fell through. And on that day, we got the phone call. Neither one of these kids is going to be your child. And on that same day, it's a website called adoptuskids.org. Larry's picture came up with his little profile of all his little ins and outs. We made the phone call to our caseworker immediately. It was not very long at all that we started having visits with him, and just a few months' time, he was ours. Where did Mr. Mario go? Folder, yes. Of our 3 adopted kids, Larry has experienced profound neglect. He was born cocaine exposed. He shuffled through 7 or 8 different foster homes once he came into care. All of those things have had an enormous impact on him, and it has completely changed who he could have been. He operates differently than our other kids. He has been diagnosed with reactive attachment disorder, which means that he's not attached to us. He's been here since he was 4, and he's 10 now. And he could leave tomorrow and not even think twice about that. We knew his history, we knew what we were dealing with, but we had really high expectations that with enough love, that he would attach and that we definitely wouldn't be where we are now.
And this is just pictures.
We were in over our heads when as he's gotten older and his needs have gotten bigger. I don't think we were fully prepared even for what we've seen on paper as opposed to what we deal with in our home. We have good safety plans in place, and somehow that is not enough to keep everybody safe all the time. We have alarms on the doors. They're not locked because you can't do that, and we wouldn't want to, but we need to know where kids are. Just recently, one of his hospitalizations was for, he waited out the family till about 3 in the morning, shut his alarm off, went downstairs, shut Dariana's alarm off, and attacked her while she was sleeping. Physically got on top of her, punching her, pulling her hair out, and threatening her that he was going to kill her, kill us, and that if she told anyone, it was going to be worse the next time. We're having a really hard time keeping him safe, keeping the other kids safe. We just got back his psychological from Chicago, and it was really comprehensive. And reading through it was really sad to see everything that's happened to him to make him how he is.
Search on random, put it on random stage.
It makes me angry when we're dealing with it in our own family, but I see why we're dealing with it. But it doesn't make it any easier because we want to be the solution, you know, and that doesn't seem to be happening. You know, as someone who has my own trauma history, I do feel like I went through that process, and yes, that history is still there. That's part of who I am, but it doesn't rule me. And I hope that at some point in the future that's something that he can say as well.
Larry, do not look up what you're going back.
Yeah.
When you do this, foster care or adoption, you take a child who has been traumatized, you're importing their chaos into your family. And you're hoping that your stable family is going to be what influences them. And somehow you have to find a balance there. I would say it caused a lot of problems in our marriage. I would say the last 2 years were just almost starting over, completely starting over, where we were maybe not going to stay together anymore. We've tried to figure out why are we even together at all? And can we be in love with each other? And can we parent the way that we need to parent these kids? And I'll tell you, it was a lot of hard work.
We are gathered together here in the sight of God, in the presence of this company, to rejoice with this man and this woman on the occasion of this great day, their 20th wedding anniversary, and to join with them in the renewal of their marriage vows. Tim and Mickey, when you first joined hands in hearts in marriage 20 years ago, you did not know.
Let's come over here. See you. Ready? Hey, you got it.
The after-school program for most of the years of Hope was run by a staff member, but then Hope got into a bad financial situation and they couldn't keep that staff person. And the seniors decided that we would try to continue that in retirement. I think that Hope is in a very difficult time right now, and this isn't the kind of thing that gets grants now. You know, things become popular and then they fade. We used to give families stipends and free rent, and so the parents could afford to stay. Because things have changed so much and the money situation has changed, we've got to find something to reinforce the community.
Back Friday, you didn't want to come to the party?
I had so much to do. I was so far behind.
Oh.
It just like
Do we want to use the talking piece today?
This time,
Yeah.
It's a good catch.
Yeah.
Put it on.
No, thank you.
It hurts.
This is, let me see.
My advice for somebody starting foster care would be, know you're in for a lot. But if you're in for it for the right reasons, It's a blessing.
There is kind of a flow to the way that things work. Our room is kind of the place where people let their feelings out. Okay, so I did your tickets for the week, and yes, 15 is the goal. Some of you got your 15. Some of you got some more work to do this week.
I need to make my bed,
Gonna make a
my toys,
and
and stuff my covers in.
Well, good.
Laundry, so I'm not gonna.
Well, I'm glad about the laundry, but I've been in your room, and so you still have work to do. And they just want to decompress and tell us about their day, and I think that says something for, that we did a good job, I think. I want my kids to have strong character. I want the kids to be compassionate people. I hope that when they go to grow their own families, that they have healed enough that they won't repeat the things that were done to them, and that they can fully love their families. And I hope that when they're grown, they're still really connected to us, that we are their core, their family. We would not have grown our family to this size and taken on the kids that we have, and their issues are so profound, so dramatic. We could not have done that without the support of the whole community.
These kids come from hard places, and I think of this is a very soft place for them to land.
As long as this is going to be an extra rate,
We're supposed to cover all of them.
I think one of the neat things about here is that the children see older people as people and are comfortable around older people. In my heart, I hope that hope has a future. I think it's a wonderful idea. I think wonderful things happen here, and I would hate to see it end.
Where is he?
But I'll stay here as long as there are children to interact with.
Quiet!